This is the MTPredictor weekly update for September 18th. Again, as we typically start with the Dow here, the daily Dow. Again, just to catch you up, we had the TS3 sell signal, which was a wave 2 into wave 3. We've got an ABC pattern into wave 4 with the TS3 sell signal. The target was at 10,264, 265 there. Now the market did come down. We got a rally last week into options expiration week here, into Friday, and if you moved your stop down to that 11,460, they just did take you out. Futures opened here, opened lower from Friday's close, and so we'll see. Though you may be out of the trade, that's the safe trade is to take the break even there. The stop 11,705. The original stop has not been taken out yet, so we could still roll over here. These targets are still good to the downside, so we'll see how this finishes out. The S&P, we'll look at the S&P here actually on the weekly chart. The S&P did get back above. This is the S&P futures, that 1200 area, but you can see how we've been going. We've had a big up day, big down, up, and we're kind of in this channel here, so we'll break out of this one way or the other. We're still in the weekly S&P's weekly wave 4 resistance area. We could actually project the wave 5 down here on that if we want to at this point. Up to 1, to 2. Okay, there's the just below 1080 in the S&P futures. There is the minimum wave 5 target. If they take the wave 5 out here, then I'm sorry, if they take the wave 4 resistance area out here, then obviously maybe out of the woods, and these targets will be out of play. But still in play here, even though the market did rally into options expiration last week. One important thing to keep in mind now, this coming week, as far as news goes, the FOMC meeting will begin on Tuesday with the announcement on interest rates on Wednesday. So, we did expect also a little rally into that Fed meeting in anticipation of potential, maybe some more help from the Fed to keep these markets up. So we'll see how that goes. Goldman Sachs, of course, we've been watching, made a new low there. Got support at 100, which we did expect. We had a little DP buy signal at that point. I can put the analysis on this so you can see the target right around 120.39 on that. So came into support, got the DP buy signal, some divergence as we got a new low in price, a higher low in the oscillator, so some divergence there as well. And we'll see how this one finishes out over the next week here. But this will be critical, because if we do rally into here, this is going to be major resistance as well. So if we do get back to this 120, 120.40 area, we could find resistance there and then sell off again. So we'll keep watching that, and as we always watch the banking index as well. This, is consolidating here as well. You've got your big down days, big up days, down days, up days. So just a big area of consolidation right now. It'll break one way or the other. We'll see your next support down here. If it breaks to the downside ahead of the market, that'll be, will lead the market lower. And so we'll keep our eye on that as we've been doing. Let's take a look at gold and silver. Let's see. Let's just take that off here. So we're still, we came initially from wave 3 into this wave 4 support area. We got a rally, didn't quite make the wave 5 up, and as I said before, we could see the wave 4 support again. If they do and come down, gold sells off some more. We expected that our 50 period moving average here, we may be able to get under that area and above the 200-day, and as again we've seen time and time again, as gold is in an uptrend and it comes below the 50-day but above the 200-day, we get our buy signals. These have been very, very good over the last few years. So we'll be watching for that. These would be, swing trade or longer term positions in gold. Or, again, you can use this gold, the daily chart here, to time your purchases in silver as well. And speaking of silver, let's take a look there. We had the DP sell signal in silver here, the target here. I drew the little neckline here because we have a little head and shoulders kind of pattern, if you will. They have been able to close above this neckline here. You see they got a higher close on Friday there. But if we do get a close below this area, then we probably will see this DP target reached around 36.10 in silver. If it holds up, then we should take these DP highs out. You see we've been consolidating really in silver. Haven't really gone anywhere for well, you can even go back here for quite a while. So we'll see how which way that one goes. But again, we get a break below this neckline here, get a close below that area, and then that low gets taken out, traded below. And then chances are we'll see this DP support. Well, let's look at oil again. Another sell signal there. I believe this is the one I've got on here. Yeah. The TS3, we've had two break-even trades here on oil. These are standard trade setups because the bigger trend is still down. That's the red STF color here. But we did have this major support here. We had the B pattern, and we could, because we had major support here, we could end up seeing wave 3. Don't know which way this is going to go yet. We'd have to get a close outside of this typical wave C resistance area. So if we get a close up in here, chances are they'll go this wave 3 up eventually. But right now that the short signal is still in play. If you get to that 100% initial risk line at 85.87, move stops to the entry at 88.20 for a risk-free trade at that point. But we'll see how that one plays out. The dollar came into its DP resistance like we saw last week. We've got a 3-wave pattern up now. Pull back into wave 4 here. Actually, we can project wave 5 up now. And let's just make some room for that. We'll go up wave 5 here. Make 5 clicks on the chart. Okay. So here's our minimum wave 5 and typical wave 5 resistance areas right around the 78, just below 78, 77.80, 77.70 area will be your wave 5 up there. We can take a DP off the wave 3 swing. Well, actually we're into this DP. We've got to wait for the next swing to be connected so we can take our DP, but it's going to be right between typical and minimum and typical wave 5 resistance there, probably starting around that $78 area, maybe just above that. So we'll see if this wave 4 support in the US dollar holds. If it does, we should get another leg up, maybe taking this swing high out into wave 5. Before we then, if we do get up in here, we could expect a correction back to the wave 4 DP. So when that swing is in, we'll be able to project that and see where the correction might come in. Alright, so that's the US dollar. And then just quickly looking at the last couple days in the E-minis, this is the NQ on the 3-minute chart here. So we had a long trend by the blue STF telling us the bigger trend was up here. The nice automatic standard buy signal here, the TS3. Let's just throw the analysis on that. A nice 3-to-1. So if a risk of 360 returned $1,100 again. So you lose. If you lose, we lose small, win big. And then we had a DP sell signal against the blue uptrend. So we ignore the short signals, and that was actually a good thing, especially heading into options expirations. We had a lot of sell signals happening, but the STF kept you out of those on options expiration, which was a difficult, or can be a difficult day to trade. It was quadruple witching. And so that's how that ended up there. So just the one nice trade over the last couple days there, but it did at least avoid any of the losing trades there because of the long trend. So we'll see. Again, keep in mind that Fed announcement will be on Wednesday. The meeting actually starts on Tuesday, but the interest rate announcement will be at 2:15 on Wednesday. All right, so I hope you have a good week of trading, and we'll be back at it next week and see where we are.